I hate saying I told you so, but I told you so. Didn't I tell you this was going to be a wild weekend? Three Bands of America regionals in the state of Texas, each one more wild than the last. We got plenty of results. It's a rare 3-for-1 cherry on with the Dan podcast. Good morning again. Daniel Valdez again. It is a pleasure and honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I think we may have a few more new listeners. So thank you so much for joining me. My name is Daniel Valdez. I am one of the moderators, one of the admins, and one of the live bloggers for TexasBands.com. This is a silly show that I do during the fall season where we go over Bands of America and UIL results. I explain stuff. I go over talking points. I hype you all up, the marching members and the band programs that are out there in the great state of Texas. So let's get after this. I'm going over all three regionals. We call this the cherry on. We go over all the results and talk about some stuff, and then I'm going to get out of here because my voice is almost gone. That's what you get for watching football all day on Sundays. And then we got to get to two more regionals that are happening later this week in the state of Texas. Where do I want to start? Where do you all want to start? Vote below of where you want me to start. I'm kidding. That's already been recorded. Let's go to the North Houston Regional Championships out in Shenandoah, Texas. We live blogged the entire event. Thank you to Mr. Sanchez for knocking that out. Let's go over the results. Congratulations to the new Bands of America North Houston Regional Champions, and it's a first for them. This is a trend you're going to be hearing for the next couple of minutes. The Cy Fair High School Band out of Cypress, all the fairest of them all. Yes, it's a terrible pun, but this is a fantastic program that is well-rounded, great color guard, great drum line, fantastic wins and brass performances going on, and the results show that with an 81. Fantastic job. Congratulations, Cy Fair. Let's go over the finals results. Oak Ridge came in 12th place. Foster is starting to make this a regular thing about them making BOA finals. They're in 11th. Stephen F. Austin got in there with 10th place. Seven Lakes was 9th. Cypress Woods was 8th. Was 8th place. Wiley East loves coming down to these Houston regionals and doing really well. They were in 7th place. Dawson was in 6th place. College Park was in 5th place. And look at that. College Park took a music caption in finals. They won outstanding music in finals. Friendswood, my friends over at Friendswood, in 4th place. Klein Oak is making this a regular thing, placing very well at early Bands of America regionals. They were in 3rd place. Clear Brook, another well-rounded Houston program with great guard and percussion, and they're just doing everything super well. They were in 2nd place. And then our champions for the first time in their school history, Cy Fair High School. Congratulations to them. I wrote down a couple of notes. So Cy Fair wins their first regional title. College Park wins music. College Park and Dawson, both programs had successful honor band tapings at TMEA this past summer, and now they're starting to see that translate to the field. Whenever you can get that to happen with your program, that is such a powerful advantage for programs that are able to do that. I'm posting the prelims results below. As you can see, BOA North Houston was a very unique regional in that there were no BOA Class 2A or 1A programs. These were all large programs that were there, which is a rare thing for Texas regionals in terms of Bands of America. As you can see, Cy Fair swept Class 4A. Class 3A was about as wild as you can get. It is not every day that you see a three-way tie for a caption, no matter what regional you're at in the United States. But I can tell you the crowd was going absolutely nuts when Class 3A Outstanding Visual was announced in prelims with Stephen F. Austin and Clearbrook and Friendswood. It just, the list kept going on and on and on. I thought they were going to name 5 more programs. And then Clearbrook took general effect in Class 3A. And then, of course, you have your placements, your class placements in prelims there below. So going back to our notes, College Park and Dawson, great honor band tapings. You're seeing that translate to the field with some fantastic music. Klein Oak is off to another fast start. You see that wild prelims stuff for the Class 3A visual caption. Great stuff indeed. Fantastic performances. I wrote down 2 things for the Houston programs. 2 things for the Houston programs that were here this past weekend. Because as far as social media traffic goes and stuff like that, and I like to look at that from time to time, but it's not something I obsess over. I got a million other things to do, like eat food and watch football. So I wrote down 2 things. The amount of social media traffic that the TexasBands.com Facebook page and my personal Instagram page at DanPodValdez most of it came from the North Houston area. This was everybody that went to that particular contest. A lot of interesting conversations were being had. I wrote down two things for everybody that was at this contest this past weekend. Number one, stay humble. A lot of programs made history with their a program history, either highest placements or first captions or first wins or highest this and highest that. Celebrate it. By all means, celebrate it, have fun, but stay humble because the season's not done yet. This leads me to my second point. You ain't done yet. Your show is not done yet. But we got the 100 pages of drill and we did all the music. Your show's not done yet. What, you're ready to go to the state marching contest right now? You're willing to put up that product right now? Nobody's ready for that yet. Nobody's ready for that yet. That's why the season lasts until November, so you have time to get things better. Having these early season results is really cool, but the goal is the end of the season. The goal is the Alamo Dome, no matter what capacity that comes in. So your show's not done yet. You got plenty of work to do. If you were satisfied with the results or you were happy with your results this past weekend, let that fuel you. If you were not happy with the results this past weekend, also let that fuel you. That should fuel you even more to get every day, every practice, every rep better than the last. It's the only way you get to the Alamo Dome at the end of October. It's the only way you get there at the early November. It's the only way that happens. I promise you, I've done this before. I've seen it happen where a lot of programs get a lot of success early on, and then it doesn't translate to later in the season. So make sure that happens. Whatever you have to do, whatever it takes, get after it and keep working on your programs. Congratulations to everybody at the North Houston Regional Championships. Congratulations to Cy Fair and everybody who was in finals and who had fantastic performances there. Cool. We take a very quick break. No, there are no commercials here because I don't monetize this thing. Awesome stuff. Get a drink of water. And now we move on. Let's go to, and I'll put timestamps in here and everything about, because I know you may want to listen to the whole thing. You may want to listen to one part and then turn it off and throw your phone into the ocean. Who cares? I am going to the West Texas Regional Championships out in Midland. Talk about another wild contest. The Wild Wild West. It's true. I promise you. The winner of this contest and another first-time winner, and the new Bands of America West Texas Regional Champion, North Texas. Are you in the house? It is Braswell High School out of Aubrey with an 80.45. Congratulations, their very first regional title. What an accomplishment. This program opened 7 years ago. They have recently started putting out some fantastic music, not only on the field, but in the concert hall as well. My goodness. Congratulations to Braswell High School. What an accomplishment for such a young program. And take a look at this. You're probably wondering, I've heard that name before. I know I've heard that name before. That's because this Wind Symphony at Braswell High School, they are going to the Midwest Clinic. Yeah, they taped. And yeah, they got accepted to the Midwest Clinic. You don't get there by accident, okay? These people are for real. They can play their horns. Let's recognize that. Let's go over the results for the West Texas Regional Championship. 12th place was Randall High School. 11th place was Loveland High School out of Colorado. We talked about the out-of-state programs earlier last week. 10th place was Midland High School. Friendship getting into the finals here at 9th place. Lubbock Cooper was 8th place. 7th place was Permian. 6th place was Colleyville Heritage. 5th was Clovis High School out of New Mexico. Another out-of-state program. 4th was Saxe High School. Congratulations to them. Henny back. Hendrickson, 3rd place overall at the West Texas Regional Championships. Mustang out of Oklahoma was 2nd place, another out-of-state program. And then, of course, Braswell with an 80.45. They are your regional champions. So as we talked about, Braswell won their first regional title. They won music at in finals at this contest last year. They are going to the Midwest Clinic. They were one of a few programs that were selected to perform at the Midwest Clinic. That is such an incredible accomplishment. All 3 out-of-state programs made finals. Loveland out of Colorado, Clovis out of New Mexico, and Mustang out of Oklahoma. They all made finals. Congratulations to them. Let's go over those prelims results real quick. So as you can see right there, Braswell took 2 captions in Class 4A, and yet Mustang came out on top in Class 4A. Went ahead and switched that over right there. Very good stuff indeed. Of course, Hendrickson had a fantastic showing this past weekend. Loveland, same thing. And then we had a couple of Class A programs perform very well there too. So, as you can see, pretty similar faces that you saw last year, but now we've got a different result here. Love when out-of-state programs show up at this contest. I love when we have new champions. I love when programs start rising up because, like I said before last week, you never know what performance is going to take your program to new heights. You never know what it's gonna unlock in your brain, and all of a sudden you see the matrix and you start making regional finals and you start getting to state and everything. So congratulations to everybody there. Quick shout out to Lubbock Cooper out there in West Texas, out there in Lubbock. I hope you all enjoyed some blue sky onion rings today. Yes, I know that city. They missed finals in 2021 and missed finals in 2022, but they were 8th in finals in 2023. So congratulations to that program out there. Love when that happens. We love when new programs break through and get after it. So congratulations to all my programs out in West Texas. Like I said, the attendance keeps going up. The quality of program keeps going up out in West Texas. So keep after it. Keep working. Keep going. Don't rest on your laurels. There's plenty of work to be done. Let's move over. Well, first we're going to take a quick break, real quick. Get a little bit more water. Hope you all are doing well, by the way. Keep taking care of yourselves. The temperatures are going to start dropping this week. There's going to be rain and everything this week. Continue to take care of yourselves, both in your head and your body. Make sure that you're being well and acting well because it's October. It's Bantober. Everybody else calls it Bantober. My closest friends call it Perpetual October because it's, even though it seems like it lasts forever, you kind of don't want it to end. So let's get after this. Let's go for the final regional in the state of Texas, the Bands of America South Texas Regional Championships. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have so much fun with this. Congratulations to the new Bands of America South Texas Regional Champion. It's Roma. Finally, Roma High School wins their very first Bands of America Regional Championship. I cannot tell you how happy not only I am, but the marching band community is how happy they are that they are now Bands of America Regional Championships. You talk about a wild contest. I'm going to go over the prelims. I'm going to go over the finals results. We'll go over the prelims results. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about Roma and a couple of these other programs that were here. So congratulations to them. 12th place was Robert Vela High School. 11th place was Weslaco High School. I think that was the first time they've made a Bands of America Regional. So congratulations to them. 10th place was Gladys Porter Early College, another program that I believe made the Bands of America Regional Finals for the very first time. And Burton North in 9th place, PSJA Early College. That's 2 for 2. They made regional finals last year. They're back again this year. Del Rio High School, and I'm counting here, 7th place, Del Rio High School. Congratulations to them. 6th place was Edinburgh High School. 5th was Pioneer. United was 4th place. John B. Alexander was 3rd place, and they actually took the outstanding visual caption. Piper High School. Piper High School in 2nd place. That is North San Antonio. It is a small school, small program, but those numbers are keep going up. They opened in 2021. The paint is still drying on that school, and yet they were able to get 2nd place here at the South Texas Regional Championships. And then Roma comes in at 1st place. Congratulations to Roma High School. Great stories indeed all across the board at this fantastic regional. Let's go over the prelims results. You see Class 4A, Del Rio wins music. John B. Alexander takes visual and general effect. You could keep going down. Class 3A, Piper wins 2 captions. Class AA, Roma sweeps all captions. Port Isabel in Class A sweeps all captions. And then when we actually get to the placement awards, it looks very different. That's right. Class 4A, United won Class 4A in prelims without winning any captions. That is a very rare thing. And I mean almost even more rare than a three-way tie like we had over in North Houston the same weekend. John B. Alexander third, and a second and prelims, and then third place was Edinburgh North. Of course, you can see Piper getting the Class 3A title in prelims. Roma swept Class 2A, and of course, they got the title there. And then Port Isabel in Class A got that there. So prelims were incredibly insane all across the board, no matter where you were in the state of Texas, especially here down in South Texas. Now, I want to talk about Roma for just a little bit, and then I'll let y'all go, because this is one of the most inspiring stories in the history of the activity, and that is not an embellishment whatsoever. I want to talk about this program a little bit and shine some light on that, because I don't think a lot of people realize what this program has had to endure and go through the last 4 years. So let's go over this. So 4 years ago, think about where you were 4 years ago. If you're a senior, you know where you were. If you're a freshman, hey, I don't know, you were doing something. 2019, Roma Middle School won the TMEA Honor Band, Class 2C. Yes, middle schools can submit for Honor Band. They have their own divisions. They have their own divisions where they can submit tapes and everything. Roma Middle School wins TMEA Honor Band that summer. Later that fall, Roma did not advance past UIL region contest. UIL determined that their show went over time. Whenever that happens at the region level, your rating is raised or actually lowered one level. So they actually got straight ones at region contest for region marching contest, but because UIL determined that they went over time on their show, they lowered them down to a 2. They were not allowed to advance to the state to advance to the area contest. A very controversial thing that happened. It was talked about a lot. Very unfortunate situation. A couple of months later in 2020, the pandemic hits. And if you think that if you think that your time during the pandemic was rough, I can assure you that things were way worse down in the Rio Grande Valley. Way worse. Remember when we had state contest in 2020? We had it all the way in December, and there were all sorts of restrictions and guidelines, but yet UIL still somehow made it work. It was very limited participation basically across the board amongst all areas. That's when we had Conference 2A, 4A, and 6A do their state contest in 2020. Area G only had 2 programs qualify for state. And what I mean by that is there were only 2 programs out of Area G in Conference 6A that actually participated in the state process. It wasn't like, oh, there was only so many programs and they took the top 2. No, there were only 2 programs. Everyone else down in the Rio Grande Valley, districts either said, no, we got to shut it down, or there were programs that were allowed to do it, but they just said, you know what, we just can't risk it. Or we just don't have the numbers to field a program. So it was very difficult down there when pandemic was going all over the place and we're trying to figure out how to live normal lives. So that happens. Roma's still a Conference 5A program at that point, and they still are at this point. Then we go to 2021. Things are starting to get back to normal. But Roma has very low numbers, just like everybody else in the state. 2021 was such an interesting year because it was so difficult to recruit kids. It was so difficult to recruit new musicians. You're basically teaching new musicians how to play their instrument through a computer. We're still trying to do that in 2021. Trying to get them to see the value of music education, especially when the chips are down, especially when the pandemic's raging forward, and we need music. We need young musicians in our lives to come up and create art. Roma had low numbers in 2021. Then, like somebody snapped their fingers, the week school starts, like 40 or 30 kids show up. And they're like, hey, we're ready to go. They're like, what the heck happened? Where have you been? Hey, we couldn't make it. Multiple reasons why we couldn't do summer band, but we're here. Designers had to go back in and rewrite their drill because they had so many kids coming back and said, yes, let's get to work. Let's do this. And if you're able, If you would watch their performance last year at the South Texas Regional Championships, you would have never known that they had redone their drill like 3 weeks beforehand. It's incredible what they were able to do with that particular situation. So they go out there, they have a very successful season in 2021. They get to the state marching contest and almost make finals. 2022, another successful season. 2023, this year, they submitted a tape for the TMEA honor band for Conference 5A. You want to know what they placed? Second. They almost won honor band. This is an incredibly accomplished concert program. And then this past weekend, they go out there and they win as a Bands of America Class 2A program, which doesn't have, I don't think that's happened in 30 years. I'm not even kidding you. I don't think that's happened in a very, very long time in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, that doesn't happen. That's like seeing a unicorn, like eating a cheeseburger at a park bench. That doesn't happen. But Roma is that unicorn. Roma's the regional champion. To go through, imagine your program going through all of that in 4 years. The challenges this program has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. The challenges they had to go through in 2019 and then 2020 and then trying to get back and then trying to move forward and trying to get numbers up and trying to let these kids know that music education is going to change their lives. For them to go through what they went through the last 4 years and come out on top this weekend. If you are not motivated by that, if that doesn't inspire you to break the doors down, to break the barriers down and say, hey, we can do this. If they can do this, we can do this. Then something's wrong. That program inspires me 100%. A lot of programs went through some tough times the last 4 years. It's very difficult for people to imagine what the last 4 years have been like for programs down in Area G, down in the Rio Grande Valley. Roma is proof. All these programs are proof that you can make it. You can get there. But it's not going to be easy. It will absolutely not be handed to you. I don't care where you live in the state of Texas. I don't care how big the booster club is. I don't care how many kids are in your program. I don't care how much money you raise. Nothing is handed to you in this activity. It must be earned. Because there are too many good programs out there. There are too many hungry programs that are out there that are saying, we belong. Congratulations to the Roma High School program. Congratulations to all the programs down in South Texas. What a fantastic weekend you all had. And congratulations to everybody who competed this weekend, not just in the Bands of America Regional Championships, all 3 of them, but there were a million local contests going on. So congratulations to everybody who participated and came out with some hardware there all across the state of Texas. I am done here. What time is it? I need to eat breakfast, and I think I've earned it. Thank you all so much for listening. For everybody that's new, thank you so much for listening. Stick with me for the rest of the season. I will not disappoint you. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.